Good morning. It's Monday. So I wanted to talk a little bit about accountability today. That wasn't my plan until about 45 minutes ago, but I think that that's a really good place to start. I have never been the kind of person who hates Monday. Like, I'm not the person who wakes up to go, ugh, it's Monday. Oh my goodness. Actually, I dislike Friday more than Monday because it's the end of the week and I know that I have a really short time period to get everything accomplished that I plan to accomplish for this week. But Monday is a fresh start. Good morning. I'm Debbie Hatch. I want to talk to you today about that and also cover one of my questions from the classroom. I have my coffee. I hope that you do too. Good morning, Nicole. I love Mondays. It's just a fresh start. I have the whole week ahead of me and I, am not bogged down yet with all of the things that I have to accomplish. Now, I think how I finish the week helps with how I start the week. So I do have a commitment every Sunday. Good morning, Kathy. Every Sunday, I close out my week by clearing off my desk. Now, I might not be done with everything, and so I am an expert in pile management. No lie. I have 14 different piles of stuff, but Sunday night, everything goes in its pile. I make my list for Monday, and I have a clean desk. I'm good to go. Last night that didn't happen until about 11 o'clock because I've been really working very hard on a lot of things, but it did happen and I don't end the week unless I do all of that. Monday I get up, I've got a clean desk, I have all of my stuff in piles, I have my to-do list, and I'm good to go. It's really important to me that I have some accountability for my week though, and I know that about myself. So here's a couple of examples. In April, I signed up for this thing that was called LEDA, Live Every Day in April. And the requirement was that we would post a live video every single day in April. I did it. I did it the whole month because there was that expectation. There was that deadline for me every day. Sometimes it would be late. Sometimes it would be super early in the morning. But every single day it got done because I did have that deadline, that commitment to myself. Now, that's over, right? We're in May. So I continued on with a technical workshop by the same people that were doing the Live Everyday Challenge. You know what I've done? Nothing. Zero. Because now I don't have a deadline. I can just get in there whenever I feel like it. I can just watch the things whenever I feel like it. And while I would like to, there is no specific deadline. I only have access to the workshop for 1 month. And here we are already in the middle of May. So if I don't set a deadline and get out there and start looking at it, the month is gonna go by, right? That's super important when it comes to anything. And I know I try to talk in here specifically about retirement, but if you're making a plan for retirement, but you don't have any dates, you don't have any deadlines, you haven't chopped up that big goal into little goals, it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. So I did a little bit of research because, again, I'm that freak, right? I like the numbers. Do you like numbers? Do you like to know the research or do you just like to know the theories? Let me know, because I always want to dig around and get into a little bit more research. So I looked at this and they say that if you write your goals down, then you are 42% more likely to actually accomplish them. 42% just by writing it down. Okay, I have, I don't know how many, 8 notebooks on my desk with things that I've written down that I want to accomplish. Now, I do go through those notebooks sometimes and I check off things. That always makes me feel really good. But there's a greater chance of me doing it because it is in the notebook. However, I am 65% more likely to accomplish my goal if I tell somebody about it. Because now, not only do I know, but somebody else knows about it as well. Good morning, Woody. Guess what else? If I tell somebody about it, but I also tie a deadline to it, I am 95% more likely to accomplish my goal. So again, example, about 6 years ago, I decided that I wanted to create a virtual class because I was traveling too much. Like 200 days a year is a lot. And I can only reach a certain number of people because I can only be in one place at a time. So 6 years ago, I said, I'm going to do this virtual class. I started working on it a little bit, seriously working on it 4 years ago. Years. You know what I got done? Very little. No, I will give myself a little bit of grace, okay? I will. Because I have not just been sitting on my butt hanging out for the last 4 years. I've been traveling, I've been teaching, I've been busy. It took a pandemic to lock me in one place long enough to actually set about getting that work done. I sent out a newsletter a week ago. I'd finished one virtual class. There are at least 6 that I want to do. I sent out a newsletter 1 week ago, and I put myself on the hook in that newsletter. I said to everybody on my list, and there's about 1,100 people in there, my second class will be done by Monday. Now, last week, I didn't feel like it. There were several days when I was like, oh, the last thing I want to do is video. Like, I have to brush my hair and get ready, and I'm just not into it. Like, I don't want to. But because I knew that I had already told a group of people that that class would be done on Monday, it had to be done on Monday. Now, in reality, did it have to be? No. Can I send out an email to people to go, hey, sorry, I didn't get it done? Sure. Would they care? Probably not. Do I care? Yes. I care. Because I told them that I was going to do something, and if that's not done, I take that very personally. So I want to ask you, what things are you trying to accomplish right now? And that could be saving for retirement, it could be getting a degree, it could be finishing a class, it could be whatever it is. It could be big or small. What do you want to accomplish? Have you put it in writing? Because that helps. Chopping it up into tiny goals helps as well. I was listening to a podcast the other day by one of my economists. There is science showing that the closer we are to finishing a goal, the harder we work on it. And I know that's true for myself as well. If I'm trying to work on something and I get now within striking distance and I can actually see a light at the end of the tunnel, man, I'm on it. But when it is, a year from now, I don't really get excited about it. I don't actually put in the work until I get closer. So that's the importance of making those smaller goals. You're closer to those smaller goals than you are that big overarching goal. What is it? Have you written it down? Have you chopped it up into smaller bite-sized pieces? And are you willing to hold yourself accountable by telling somebody else what you're going to do and when you're going to do it? I called this stream Monday motivation. Okay, so motivation is something that we talk about when we talk about goal setting and doing all of this. And I'm actually in a coaching group, and one of the women asked last week, like, how do you motivate people to get stuff done? And I've taught supervisory classes now for 25 years, and they will ask that too, right? How do I motivate my people to get something done? I believe, and we all are different when it comes to this, I believe that I do not have the ability to motivate anybody. Anybody. Motivation for me has to be intrinsic, which means that it's something inside the person that makes them want to accomplish the goal. Now, as a supervisor, can I create a motivating environment where my people are going to push themselves and attain the things that they want to do? Yes, I believe I can. I can create the environment, but I can't motivate them. They have to have some level of motivation themselves. And that discussion went on to say, is motivation necessary? Do you have to feel like it in order to do it? Again, my belief, nope. I do a whole bunch of things that I don't feel like doing. Like I said, working on that class last week. Do I want to get it done? Yes. Did I feel like it? No. Did I do it? Yes. Do I feel like going to the gym every day? Nope. But if I only went to the gym on days that I felt like it, guess how often I'd go? Maybe once a week. Guess how often I do go? 4 times a week. You see the difference? You don't have to be motivated. You don't have to feel like it. You just have to do it. And the fact is that when you do it, even though you didn't feel like it, action creates the motivation for me. Because again, I'm getting closer to that goal, and the closer we get. Science proves this, the harder we work. I just wanted to throw that out there this morning. So, and also, I'm putting myself on the hook. Like I said, me saying it to somebody holds me accountable, and I know that I will get it done. So, I have written 2 virtual classes in the last 3 weeks. Things that I started thinking about 6 years ago, started working on 4 years ago. I've gotten 2 of them done in the last 3 weeks. But it's scary to put yourself out there. So I haven't marketed them. Yes, I sent an email to my list. Okay, but these people know me. These people have been to my classes before. These people like me. They trust me. They know the level of my commitment to making sure that this is a good quality class. But I have not marketed to strangers because it's really scary. I'm going to call myself out on that crap this week. I'm marketing these classes, and whatever happens, happens. The other thing I'm doing is teaching 3 full days this week. These are virtual classes, but I will be in the classroom all day tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday. So I may or may not, I still have a commitment to be here at 9 o'clock every morning, but depending on how these classes go, I may have to shoot a pre-recorded video and pop it into the classroom for you here. I have 2 paid consults this week that I am going to accomplish and knock out of the park. I also have had 2 people come to me and ask if I will be their mentor for business things, for planning things, for goal setting, and I have committed to that. So I am going to do my 2 paid coaching calls, but also I am going to set down 2 days this week with the people that have asked me to be their mentor and work with them on that. Also, I told you, I signed up for this live streaming workshop, right? The live every day in April. I did it because I had a deadline. The workshop, I haven't had a deadline. There's a ton of information in there. All of these pre-recorded webinars, stuff that I need to know about in doing my live stream and my virtual classes. I'm going to get in there this week. And even if I spend only 10 minutes a day, guess what? At the end of the week, that's over an hour. I'm doing that. I'm doing that. What I want to ask you is, what are your goals? What are you okay calling yourself out about? As frightening as it might be to say it out loud, I'm going to do this. What is it? Write it down. Tell somebody. Pop it in the comments here. I don't care. I will hold you accountable just like I held myself accountable. But if you're not doing that, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. So I would love to know what those things are. And I'd also love for you to follow up. So when I'm closing out my week, again, I'm cleaning off my desk. I also look back at the week to go, what did I want to accomplish and have I done it? And not just the to-do list, but have I been in the right place? Have I looked at things the way that I hoped that I wanted to? And if I didn't, how can I change it this coming week to make sure that I accomplish those things? That's all I have for you today. Oh, lie. I also have a question from the classroom because I'm trying to get into that. So I got an email from a lady that said she went to her financial planner to cancel the life insurance that she had with him because we talked, and she was going to keep her federal life insurance when she retired at the 75%. Kathy, I'm so proud of you. Yes. As you're doing that application, let me know if you have any questions or if you get stuck in any place, okay? I'm going to be teaching tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday, but I will be checking email throughout the day, and I will be happy to help you if you need any help with that. Good for you. So she went to her financial planner to cancel her private life insurance to keep her federal life insurance because we talked about it, and she didn't realize that she was going to be able to do that. And the financial planner said, well, be careful because there's a loophole in the federal life insurance and they could decide to pay out or they could decide not to. She came to me, and I'm glad that she did, asking me if this is true. No, it is not true. He said that because he doesn't want her to cancel her private life insurance. It is not true. If you have had FEGLI for the last 5 years that you were working, if you carry it into retirement with you, if you pass away, that is a commitment. That is a contract. There is no approval process for that. So if somebody tells you that, please know that that is wrong. Tomorrow, I'm going to be talking to federal employees, and we'll be covering your temporary appointments tomorrow. I know it's overwhelming, Kathy. I know it is. That's why I do what I do. There's so much information when it comes to retirement, especially from the federal government. So many forms that need to be filled out, so many places where you could make mistakes if you don't really understand what you're doing with that application. I get it. I really do. Okay, so here's what I would say. Going through that application, Kathy, make sure that you are reading every single line, even the fine print. Don't skip anything, and don't rush through it. You don't have to have this done within 30 minutes, okay? You can take a while to do that. If you come to something and it's not really clear and you're not sure what it's asking for or what your decision should be, stop. Take a couple of minutes to research that. You can go to OPM's website. You can send me a message. You can go online. Be careful with Google, because you're going to end up with 80 million things and half of that stuff is garbage. But do some research first and make sure you do understand it before you start checking boxes. And I advise people to fill out their application on one day but not sign it. Just set it off to one side. Put it on your desk. Pull it back out in 24 to 48 hours when you have a fresh mindset, a fresh set of eyes. Now go through it one more time. Make sure that it is actually the way you want it to be. Now you're going to sign and date that thing. Okay. The other piece of advice that I would give you, because you're going to be sending that off, Kathy, you work for the Air Force, so you're going to be sending that to AFPC, the Air Force Personnel Center. Make sure that you keep a copy for yourself, of course, because stuff happens, right? Stuff happens. Just make sure that you keep a copy for yourself. Again, let me know if you have any questions. I'm more than happy to help. Guys, I'm going to pop off here. I have a whole bunch of work to do. Great chatting with you. I'm so happy that I could see my comments this morning and I could actually talk to you as we were going through the live stream. That was awesome. Thank you for joining me today. Make yourself a cup of coffee if you haven't already. I'm going to finish this one. Get to work. I look forward to seeing you this week. Take care.